Welcome back to Call of the Pen. Steve, I've had a hell of a morning. I don't even know how to start all this. First, we're supposed to have Descalso on. Text me last night. They got a doubleheader, so we'll have to have him on next week because obviously doubleheaders, and he's on the East Coast, so it was early morning for him. But I think he was just more scared of me talking about how bad of a fantasy football player he was. And then I'm sitting here about to have a nice workout in my garage. Nice day. Guy delivers donuts to the house because my wife's taking them to the school for the teachers. And next thing you know, I hear a massive crash. I look out there. Guy runs over my BMX ramps I have. I live at the top of a cul-de-sac, so the guy had to drive up the street. You see the ramps. You're driving up the street. Took us an hour to get these things unwedged from this little guy's Camry. And the Camry's like plastic, so you can't freaking find a spot to jack up anywhere. Just a terrible morning. My Wi-Fi sucks.
Wi-Fi's terrible. You're blurry right now. The guy runs over your router, and I have no Wi-Fi. And by the way, backup cameras don't work these days. Like, I'm pretty sure you can see a huge bike ramp on the backup camera.
No, it was in front of him. He literally drove over it.
Oh, that's even worse. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, even worse.
Oh.
He's got glasses on. He's not blind.
Could have been worse. You could have driven into your garage as you were working out.
I mean, I'm all dirty, laying on the street for an hour, rolling around, wedging these ramps out of this guy's little Camry.
In your Cressy Sports Performance shirt, though. Free advertisement.
Yeah, he did see how strong I was, though. He goes, at least you got to go work out in. Shut up. I knew you'd be blowing me up. I knew I'd be late to the podcast. Just now.
I knew something was wrong. I mean, you give me grief every time I'm late. I'm like, man, he's like an hour late. Something happened. I'm gonna lay low. Anyways. Oh, that was weird. So, talk about baseball.
Well, let's check it out, Steve. The freaking Yankees are on fire, even though the good game in Baltimore. By the way, Jackson Holiday finally got sent down. We called it. Not that hard. I think that just shows how hard the major leagues are. Like, they got this kid as like the next Hall of Famer, and it's just, I mean, I'm not saying he's not going to succeed later, but it's just too hard to get up there and succeed right away.
Right. It's like that Kelenic kid. The Mariners had him as like their top prospect, and he comes up and, I mean, he really struggled the entire time he was with them. You know, I don't know how he's doing with the Braves right now, but
he's not doing bad. He's tough. Okay.
Yes, it's just so different, man.
Anyway. And then our boy Craig's on the struggle bus. Now he's got back problems.
He's hurt. Yep.
He's got 18 blown saves since 2021. I don't think I had 18 blown saves in my whole career, to be honest with you.
Well, you only had like one season of being a closer. What's that?
Well, I got 60-something saves, so whatever. That's more than one season.
I hope you didn't have 18. I definitely have 18. We should look that up.
No,
how many blown saves?
When I was a closer, I averaged 3 blown saves a year.
That's fair. People don't realize, like, I remember when I was struggling, I looked up Mariano Rivera, and he had like 6, I think was his most in a year. But sometimes that means he came in like, you know, the 8th inning to clean up a mess.
Yeah.
They got like a jam shot or something that run scores. That counts as a blown save. It's stupid.
Yeah, that's garbage. The blown save stat for a non-save situation is like a real save situation. It's not fair.
So then you probably have more than you realize. Let's say as in a save situation, 9th inning, you probably have less than 18.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In a save situation, less than 18.
That's hard to find.
Yeah, and if you want to count coming in in the 6th inning with someone's runners on and giving up a ground ball hit or something.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
Mm-hmm.
Get booed. It's fantastic.
You suck. By the way,
but I mean, the thing is, Craig, he still keeps getting $10 million jobs for. He's not what he was. He's such a hot and cold reliever these days. Since really 2019 when we got him.
I mean, that's why Mariano Rivera, you know, is a Hall of Fame reliever, because he was rarely cold. even at the end of his
Right.
career when he was older and beat up, like he still got it done. Might have been as pretty as before, but he's still the man.
Well, because he was more of a late movement command guy, where Craig was just raw power. And now that you start losing that raw power, what are you gonna do?
The raw power, and also now it's like dime a dozen. Everyone throws as hard or harder than he does now.
Right. Well,
It's
now
like-
he's 95. Now he's 94, 95. Before when he was the only one in the big leagues at the time, was like 98, 99 from a low arm slot with ride and that curveball.
Exactly.
But now everyone throws that now.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is why we're sitting on the couch.
That's a good topic for conversation, though. How much the game has evolved. Like, think about it. You got guys like that, right? He pretty much, I want to say he set the standard. There's a lot of guys that had ride with a good curveball, but he's one of the guys I feel like that did. Like, now everyone aspires to throw with ride. They want that approach angle, right? He had that early on in his career. Probably still does. I don't know what it is now. Not like it used to be. Now everyone's striving to do that. It's like when Michael Jordan, I'm not comparing him to Michael Jordan, but you know what I mean? Like when that level of play enters the chat room, like everyone has to try to like get to that level. And the game evolves, like everyone does at some point. You know what I mean?
Well, it's because the hitter swings evolved to the low strike launch, call it launch angle. So now they're like, oh, now that they're down there, let's throw 98 miles an hour with ride or invisibles at the top of the zone. But before, everyone always had there's always a guy that threw 90. You're like, man, I don't know how they missed that.
Yep. Now we know.
But a guy just had he had ride. But now everyone changes. Just like we were talking earlier on text messages, I got a buddy at 6'5" with great angle, and all of a sudden he comes back from I'm not going to call out the pitching guy that taught him this, but he looked terrible.
I mean,
they wanted to teach him ride. It looked terrible. So of course I had to fix it. Now he looked amazing when he left.
Of course he did. You never do anyone wrong.
The best pitching coach there is.
Yeah,
this is easy.
No,
it would be easy calling pitches. I wish they could do pitch calm from a pitching coach to call pitches, because that is easy.
Yeah. I mean, we do that in high school. It's kind of fun. We got a little thing.
It's easy to set up hitters. If you got a kid that can command stuff with weapons,
right?
Yeah. If you got a kid that commands with weapons, you can set up hitters all day. It's the easiest thing ever to call pitches.
So just for reference, and if the kids are listening to this, I'm sorry, but this is what happened in the game the other day. We're playing a team that isn't strong at all. Like, they're really bad. And our starting pitcher, he's a good high school pitcher, right? Throws mid to upper 70s probably, but like he can throw secondary stuff for a strike. Like, he can mix it up.
It said mid to upper 70s.
Easy. Okay. But he gets the job done. All right. It's slow, but he gets it done. Well, this kid on the other team, bro, he turns and almost hits the on deck batter behind him turns on a fastball because it's coming so like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, throw a slider. And the coach is like, you want me to call it right now? Was it good in the pen? I'm like, yes. So throw it. And like, if he hits it a mile, it's on you. But if he strikes him out, it's on me. And I mean, the kid swung about like 8 hours early. It was hilarious. It wasn't even close. So like, calling the pitches is fun, man.
It's so easy. Mm-hmm. If they can execute.
Exactly. So the kids get fired up too.
Brian's 30 years old. He's got great weapons, but he was facing this high school hitter, and it was like pure domination. I felt like it was the easiest thing ever to just. But he's got cutter, he's got splitty, he's got sinker, he's got curveball. He just had all the weapons going. This little high school kid had no shot. If you would have paid attention to our podcast, Steve, I was doing it live.
Oh, sorry. I was a bit more important things. Disney World was calling.
Yeah, you had some funny pictures. Of course. Hey, Cressy, get a new wardrobe, by the way. Like, can he go to Disneyland without wearing his own T-shirt?
You're the second guy that said that today. His own people at the gym. Oh, it's so funny. I was like, to his credit, his last day he wore a muscle shirt that was about like Maine or something like that.
Like, what? Get a new wardrobe. You're at Disneyland with your kids. We don't need to promote yourself.
Got to promote it. Hey, but to his credit, someone stopped him and said, "Are you Eric Cressy?" And I'm like, "Man, I played like 13 years in the show."
That's exactly what he was hoping for.
It happens all the time. I mean, he's more famous than you realize.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's a superstar. But you're 13 years in the show. Everyone thinks you're just a baby giraffe.
Well, I don't wear Steve Cishek across my chest. If I like to play, I like to lay low. All right, enough bashing on Eric.
Oh my god. Anyways, how about let's go with the Cleveland Indians. Let's give our guy Vogt some credit for his first year manager for a
Yeah.
team that we probably picked to be last. They are 19-9 and 3 games up in that division.
I mean, he is the perfect candidate for the Cleveland Indians as a manager. Think about it. He's with the Oakland A's, who are always the like underdog, like money ball system, which is basically
Yeah.
what Cleveland does. And he knew how to like compete in that, environment. Does that make sense? Where
Yeah.
you have like a pretty good fan base. Like back then, the Oakland A's fan base was solid. Like when those guys were there, right? Cleveland's
Yeah.
is pretty similar, right? They have their diehards they just live and die by the team, and the team's not going to overwhelm you with talent, but they have this like grittiness about them. And he was a part of an Oakland team that was like that. So I mean, that's a really good hire by them. He fits that mold so well.
Yeah. Their lineup makes the most contact in baseball, I think. So they're not striking out. And then I think he probably just brings really good energy. He was obviously a backup player a lot. So, and then when he did get a chance to play, he always succeeded.
Yeah, he was good when he
brings
was a
really good
starter.
energy and a lot of respect.
Yep. Hilarious, like really likable guy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'd love to play for him.
See, that's the difference about having a manager you want to play for and that kind of just gets it. Like I was texting with Descalso last night about trying not messing up their bullpen, teaching guys like I said, whatever you do, just make sure guys know the roles because they have like 3 horses they call. I said make sure, and there's got to be a 4th guy that fills in for when one of the guys goes down or needs a day off. I was like, just when that phone rings, there's probably 2 guys that think it could possibly be them. It can't be 5. Like it can't be a coin flip with them. I was like, that's how you have a really good bullpen. And it's got to take a manager to not buy into the metrics of like, oh, well, the metrics, let's go get our 5th best reliever in a high situation because the metrics said so.
Yeah.
And he said but they're buying into that as far as just roles. He highly agrees about roles. And it's hard to, when a manager like gives us roles, I want to pitch for that guy. Like, he believes in us. He doesn't care about the metrics. And I'm not going to name the manager that I hated, but that guy refused to ever believe into that stuff. That's why he's not in the game no more.
Easy. You that's like 3 different managers right there.
No, I like Joe. Joe Madden was good.
No, I know you weren't talking about him. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, the other Joe.
Hey, we got to get him on here. Let's get Dad on here.
Oh, your dad. I thought you meant like Joe Girardi. I'm like, there ain't no shot.
Let's really try that. Spice things up.
Like, hey guys, you know what? I really liked Brandon. Shut up.
Did he though? Did he like you? You just didn't like him?
I don't know. His voice was so fake. I couldn't tell what was real and what wasn't.
I hear good things about him.
Huh?
I hear good things.
There's no shot.
I have no idea. I've never really.
I couldn't find 3 people that would say good things about him.
By the way, you weren't going to mention his name. You just wait. What?
Yeah, it gives me rage.
Oh. You just mentioned his name, by the way.
Yeah, whatever.
All right.
Yo, I do. We should get your dad on here, Joe Madden. I mean, you spend enough money at his restaurant, he owes you at least
the chicken parm on the bone was good. Chicken on the bone with chicken parm. Never seen it, but it was good.
Is that what? Did you see our boy Tyler Chatwood's back in he's in AAA. 2 games. He's got like a billion ERA, but at least he's back in.
Is he really? With who?
Diamondbacks.
Oh, nice. That'd be awesome to see him back up in the show. Lord knows they need some help, so if he can get back to where he was out of the pen, he was good out of the pen.
He sent me videos; they look really good. So I don't know how he's getting hit so hard. Maybe too many strikes.
Well, probably. Well, where's he
tough.
with that? And where is he playing? I mean, where's the AAA?
I don't know. Was it Reno?
Reno, so it's a launching pad. I mean, it's like. I mean, the PCL in general, like you're high elevation in 4 of the stadiums, 5 maybe if I'm counting right.
Yeah, and the automatic strike zone is tough. I promise you that, because when I tried that for 2 weeks, strikes I thought my whole life, weren't strikes there. It's tough.
Well, that's where the metrics would actually help you, I think, right? Let's say you're a prospect or like a Chatwood who like Chatwood especially can light up a computer, but he's getting lit up. Well, what is it? Well, he's pitching at an insane altitude that you're not going to be pitching at in the big league. So you're just going to take your stuff over probably the results.
Yeah, but who thinks like that?
I think they do.
No one's going to take a 30-something-year-old reliever who's getting crushed but has great stuff and be like, you know what? The metric says he would succeed up here.
Yeah, I think they do more than you think. I can think of a guys that didn't get called up because of that, and they had really good careers. And now that they're still playing, they're actually got a chance and they've done well. Shocker. So it was like the reverse effect. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he should have been
I just
called
think
up.
a guy that's got 10 years in the show, I'll just bring him up, and regardless, if
Oh
he's
no,
healthy.
100%. Especially if you need a boost. Like, all right, let's just see what happens. 2 weeks it doesn't
Yeah.
go well, then smell you.
Yeah, especially if they're healthy.
Right. All right. So you
Pisses
want to talk
me
about
off
the
when they
West?
don't do that.
Because the Dodgers are just on a tear again.
They are on a tear. They had a great road trip. Oh, the Cubs did get them though. I think the Cubs beat them on a series, but the Dodgers are on a tear. They've
7-3.
19-12, 7 of their last 3, plus 42 run differential. The only other one that's close to them in their division on that is the
Yeah.
Diamondbacks. Shohei, I mean, how do you? I don't even. Their pitching this has to be okay because their lineup's just too good.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, Mookie Betts is leading all of baseball in slug and batting average. So there's that. Plus, he can run.
Wow, that's amazing. The Shohei's on fire.
Yeah, Shohei. I mean, so how about this? Batting average. Betts is leading it. Number 3, Will Smith, your catcher. Shohei is number 8 in the league, hitting 341. And then if you go to OPS, Mookie's leading with an OPS. Ozuna is actually in second. He's still hanging on. And Shohei's in 4th. So, like, I mean, Mookie's having an insane start to the season. It's crazy.
And Freddie Freeman's hasn't even gotten going yet.
I mean, Soto's still killing it. He's number 9. How about this? CJ Abrams. He's doing it. Hitting 297 with about a 1.011 OPS. You don't hear a lot about him because the Nationals aren't, they're 500 team right now. They're off to a pretty decent start, but we wouldn't know that. Anyways. I
saw they did a breakdown on him on MLB Network, how he changed his hands and a little bit of his stance. And ever since then, his power has just gone crazy. Oh, my dog would not shut up. Kaya!
At least someone listens to you.
No, she can't hear. She can't hear.
Hey, let's well, actually, you know what? I don't want to mess this up. We're on a rhythm. So NL West, we talked about the Central. We still have St. Louis catching up. Hopefully,
NL West, I think, is over.
The NL Central. Oh, by the way, Goldschmidt's hitting better. He's starting to get back on track again. I saw his last. I think.
Yeah, here comes the Cardinals a little bit. Man, Cubs are good.
I know.
They are good.
Yep.
The Council.
Imagine if they didn't
10-3 at home.
Imagine if they didn't sign Bellinger though. Oof. They would have burned that place down.
They're doing this without Bellinger.
It's true. That is true. But yeah, I mean, they're doing it.
A game-tying home run the other day, a 3-run home run in the 8th.
Well, I mean, Milwaukee's nipping at their heels. You know they would be though. But they've lost their.
Yeah, Milwaukee just got absolute slapped in the face by the Yankees.
Yeah. They lost 3 in a row, and then I mean, it's just like streaky. When Milwaukee goes on their losing streak, the Cubs start, showing their face, and then when the Cubs start backing off, it's just like a neck and neck the whole way.
Yeah, I think that division is going to be tight the whole way. I wish for Descalso. We'll talk about it next week, but that's going to be really tight.
I mean, the pitching in that division's pretty good. Like the Pirates, I feel like their staff's pretty underrated. Who's I looking at? Oh man, let me see. Oh, Jared Jones. His name got brought up today. I'm like, I haven't really paid much attention to him. I watched some highlight reels.
Oh man,
and I was like, wow. And I mean, he tweaked his mechanics since high school. Wow, college. College, his mechanics were brutal, and he's still throwing like 92, 94. And now he's got this like stacked over his backside load, just driving the ball. I mean, he's sitting like 96 to 99 with just straight carry.
So he stacked over his backside a little bit, and all of a sudden he gains 4 or 5 miles an hour.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch the video that I saw of him in like college, it was pretty ugly.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. So mechanically, I mean, I mean, he's about as efficient as it gets right now. Yeah.
Yeah, that he's exciting to watch, and he's got nuts too. It is coming at you. Like, here you go.
I think his debut against the Marlins. I mean, it's the Marlins, but he just blew the doors off them.
The Marlins have lost 7 in a row. They were a playoff team last year. What in the heck happened?
No Sandy Alcantara. They lost what's his face? Their number 2. I mean, they just took.
I mean, they've had a lot of injuries, but
I didn't think it'd be that bad though.
DM.
That's true. Yep.
Kim.
The organization has like no continuity. There's just people. It's a revolving door of people coming in and out of there. It's just so tough to remain
it's the
consistent.
The owner's just. That's why I think Jeter left. They couldn't get on the same page, and the owner just keeps doing weird stuff.
Well,
I told that guy to his face, I want to get him to the playoffs. He didn't even pick up my option. You jerk.
Yeah, I mean, ownership in the Marlins history has kind of been like that. You know, it's just I don't think it's a profitable franchise, really. I don't know. We can ask Loria and Sampson, I guess, when they sold the team, but they just don't want to spend the money, and the fan base, they're just not going to really show up to games unless they have a good product a really good product on the field. You know, the only time they sold out of the stadium was the inaugural season.
In the All-Star
new
game,
stadium
too.
In the All-Star game, or like the inaugural season when they were the Florida Marlins. But then when we moved to the new stadium, I mean, we sold out first couple of months, and then after that, it was dismal. But we also stunk.
Really?
So
I wish we could have got to experience it during COVID when we made the playoffs. What it would have been like, because that would have been pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, WBC though, when they have the WBC there, it is the most electric atmosphere. Like awesome.
Because it's such a big stadium, and
well, yeah, you have the roof closed. I mean, you saw it at Miller Park. The Miller Park's a bigger stadium, and that place got loud. Now put a bunch Latino fans, dude. They don't stop. Like they are just.
I like how you try to pause how you're about to word this.
Yeah, like the Dominican, Puerto Rican fans, even Cuban fans, because it's Miami's a large Cuban population. When they showed up, I went to USA Cuba game. It was awesome, man. It was electric atmosphere. Yeah, it's just fun when they pack it out there. Anyways, moving on. How about the AL Central?
AL Central. The Twins are on fire. What are you talking about? Someone with some got some sausage thing going.
Yeah, one of my buddies asked me, and when I said, "Hey, you got any questions for us?" He goes, "What's your opinion on the summer sausage?" And I saw that yesterday, and like Gabe Kapler's like appalled by it. You know, he's like, "It's going to be like COVID when they open this thing up. Like it's going to be like disease ridden." They're carrying a summer sausage, and I forget whose cleats. Like when they go on the plane, they stick it in his cleats, and yeah.
Oh wait, so it's still the same package the whole time?
The whole time. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, but then one of the coaches said that these things like have an incredible shelf life, so they could like cut into it and eat it. I'm like, no thanks. Not if you're spinning someone's shoe on the plane and stuff like that. I'm all for it though.
Well, they've won 8 in a row.
Yeah.
So you're gonna ride it. You're just gonna ride it out.
You gotta be careful with your words there.
I'm not gonna say it.
Don't say it. So, but yes, there's winning them games. The summer sausage.
They're playing the White Sox today. There's a high chance they can possibly go to 9 in a row.
I think they've won 9 in a row.
They've won 8 in a row.
Oh.
9 out of their last 10.
Okay. Yep. I see it.
So they got the White Sox again, and then they probably have a day off.
That's right. They're going for 9. Yeah, they have a good chance. That sausage might be sticking around for a while. They said if they lose, they might have to upgrade to a larger sausage.
Only imagine what other teams are going to come up with now. Everyone just goes with the trend on
hats
and
Homer
hat.
Did you ever have anything like that in your career? That was one of the questions. You ever experienced something like that where it was like a good luck banana?
Well, not as a team. Well, what do we have as a team? Miami, I think we had something. I can't even think of it, but there was always like a Homer hat or a Homer chain or something stupid.
That's
you
more
know?
recent though.
Yeah.
The only thing I could think of is in the minor leagues. I brought my mother-in-law thought it'd be funny to buy me a Whoop button, and it's like like the easy button, like Staples. You hit it. But this
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
this one played the song "Whoop." There it is. And so every time we scored a run, someone would hold it in the dugout. It says Double A, and they'd smack the button and it'd play "Whoop." There it is, and then we won. We won the whole thing. So I got sent down. I didn't make the Double A team. I got sent down to High A, but they took my button. And so when I got called up there, they were still using it. I was pumped, and then we ended up winning. That's awesome. Yeah.
I don't think we had anything like that. I guess we didn't like each other that much.
Well, yeah, you're on bad chemistry teams, I guess. I don't know.
I never won a minor league championship.
Yeah, that was the only one. I guess I was only there for half of it, but
yeah, I don't really care about it. I was there to get out of there.
All right. Well, the Central. Hey, we bashed on the AL Central. They're playing. Both Centrals are playing well. Honestly, the Twins are catching up. The Royals are still. They're 4-6, but they're still in there. You know what I mean? It's pretty tight. It's within 4 games.
What was impressive is the Indians went. What was impressive is the Indians went into Atlanta, and they played really good against Atlanta.
Yep. I mean,
so that's where it's kind of a little eye opening for like, okay, the Central, and then Detroit. I mean, man, Skubal he might be Cy Young.
He's so good. Yeah, him and Flaherty have been, well, Skubal's been otherworldly. Flaherty's been solid. So yeah, man.
Flaherty goes today
against.
I'm looking right now. Of course, my Wi-Fi's down.
I'm surprised you haven't cut out for the 18th time. Let's see.
At least my wife's car drives.
Yeah, Flaherty goes against Gibson on the Cardinals. So this would be a good matchup.
I mean, Flaherty, man, that would have been great for Descalso. So we could have talked crap how we think the Tigers are going to beat them.
Oh, hey. Well, yeah, with their old pitcher.
Yeah. Ooh. I like that.
His last 3 outings haven't been as. I take that back. His last outing wasn't that great. Other than that, he's been solid. Tampa Bay got him a little bit, 4 runs in 5 innings. But
Gibson's, I mean, he's hit or miss. Sometimes he'll nibble the crap out of it and walk 5, or he'll just go 7 shutty.
Right. I mean, you've seen him when he's at his best. It's nasty.
Yeah, it is nasty. When he's attacking, it's great. When he's nibbling, it makes you want to fall asleep.
Yeah, and it's anybody though. I mean, yeah, that's why I struggle sometimes. Even though the guys with power stuff, it's like, oh, it's electric to watch, but they're like 100 pitches deep in the 4th inning. I'm like, come on, bro.
Remember Yu Darvish and oh my gosh, before he started becoming good in Chicago, holy crap, that was tough to watch.
Yeah, I forgot about that. He was really bad.
And then I would count. It was like 36 seconds in between each pitch.
Are we allowed to disclose what made him better?
Smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
In between I smoked innings with him one time when I was on the IL.
Did you really?
I just wanted to experience, going under the tunnel and having a cigarette with Yu Darvish.
Well, I felt like I smoked cigarettes every time I walked through the tunnel just to get into a clubhouse. The secondhand smoking that thing was just insane.
Oh, yeah, it was like, man, it was nasty. Rizzo wanted to do it, so Rizzo would do it all the time with him.
Wow. Bussy was just a champ.
Rizzo's on fire right now.
I'm surprised Bussy doesn't have like lung cancer right now.
I know. Bussy's still in LA, Anaheim. I can't believe it.
Is he really?
Yeah, I saw him in the dugout one day.
Oh, awesome. I was thinking about him the other day. He's so good for teams. Like,
he's great.
We joke about him with the cigarette stuff, but like he is like your ear. If you have a problem and you just need to voice something, just what you're struggling with, he's just going to sit there and listen to it. He loves to be there for you.
If anyone didn't know, this guy was our strength coach in Chicago, but he didn't really know much about strength, but he was the best team cheerleader and morale guy. Like, he would bring it together. He was awesome.
He's the man. So
not a good strength coach.
but he served his purpose. You come in with your own
He
plan, you're being left alone. But you talk to him
Yeah.
about anything else you want. We had some great conversations.
Anyway,
Anyways,
so we're gonna have Descalso next week. Hopefully everything works out. So
Mhm.
if we get more questions in, that would be great. He is the bench coach for the Cardinals, former World Series champion. So I'm really interested how he got that job. And then when he's going to become a manager, so I could be the pitching coach.
Well, his pedigree. He had a great career, and I think he's tight with Ollie Marmol, and he'd make a good coach, good manager someday.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
um,
Anyway, so subscribe, follow, and we will talk to you guys next week. Appreciate it.
all right, brother.
See ya.